So I'll be representing Indian Machine Tools Manufacturers Association. I am on behalf of association. I'm talking and taking this presentation forward. Indian Machine Tools Manufacturers Association is basically So there are two kinds of industry which, as an association, we have been working on, metal cutting and metal forming. Metal cutting is a kind of a mother machine tool. When I say mother machine tool is anything starting from a manual lathe, Gujarati ma kahiye to thada, ke jena par material ne chole, right? That is metal cutting, to be very specific, ekdam very raw language ma. Then there are a lot of technologies in it, which includes the CNC controllers, motion control, softwares, and then it builds an equipment which is for as high precision as less than 5 micron to certain components. Metal cutting is anything in form of turning machines, machining centers, milling machines, double column machining centers, VMCs, vertical machining centers. Lot of equipments are there which are into metal cutting industry. Metal cutting industry broadly is much larger in nature. What we were just talking earlier, it is around 36,000 crore is an Indian machine metal cutting industry in general. When I talk about metal forming is again in Gujarati, patra ne cut karwa matena machine. So any other, there are laser cutting machine, water jet cutting machine, plasma cutting machines, oxy-fuel cutting machines, punching machine, press machine, anything what you see from a stove to any kind of aluminum, mild steel, stainless steel, copper, brass, anywhere the metal has to be formed is called metal forming machines. So cut, bend, weld, post-process, powder coat, all of these comes into metal forming as an industry. Rolling, bending, all of these is a part of metal forming industry. I've already explained, so metal cutting and metal forming in a general like automotive perspective, then anything like engine, piston ring, nozzles, valves, liners, bearings, brake pads, all of these, everywhere metal cutting is used for machining, honing. There are a lot of the applications in automotive. I'm just generalizing it an application automotive. And anything which you look at in terms of the body in white, car component, okay, doors, windows, hoods, the bumpers, all of these is formed. So anything which is made out of sheet metal is metal forming. Indian Machine Tools Manufacturers Association has been started in 1946. It was done pretty independent. I think, I have been associated with multiple associations, I think, but Indian Machine Tool is one of the most active association which is taking care of the metal forming and metal cutting industry to the global heights. Membership is majorly for Indian manufacturers as the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, so there is no any other industry which is catering, but we are only focusing on metal cutting and metal forming as an equipment. Total it has around 550 members. These are the major cities and states where metal cutting and metal forming industry is located. Majority of them out of this 500 odd industries are in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. And there are being spread around all over India. What is IMTMA all about? What are the activities IMTMA is doing specifically? They specified on training skills. So any student which is coming out of an ITI or an engineering school, they have a fantastic school called finishing school. So that is in the skill development. They also help in terms of facility funding with respect to government by having a policy advocacy with government. Publications, again, it is more like what we are doing right now is awareness of the programs. Trade fairs is one of the primary focus as well, because that is where they're trying to make sure that all of these members are being gathered at one single platform, which is one of the flagship trade show of all India for metal cutting and metal forming is IMTEX. They also have a Bangalore International Exhibition Center, which is called BIEC. It's in Bangalore, which is a permanent trade ground. They also help in terms of research and development and product development, I would say. Product testing and problem solving is also one of the part of skill development, as well as kind of a pedigree of Indian Machine Tools Manufacturers Association. As a country, we need a lot of more problem solving and product development initiatives, which they are being catering to. And capacity creation in terms of anything related to TPM or any kind of principles which has to be followed on the shop floor. Certain policy initiatives and interventions which IMTMA has been quite active, as Guru just mentioned about METI. There's no mention of METI here, but METI is now quite actively playing a role because there's a lot of semiconductor and electronics happening in India. I think that is future, and there will be a need of machine tools for making that as a big success. And there are a couple of other associations and which they are catering to. One of the primary Indian Machine Tools Manufacturers Association has a primary body which is MHI, Ministry of Heavy Industries. That is the ministry for this association. And there are a couple of other associations which are part of it. Government advocacy, there is always a constant watch on what is getting imported to make sure that India is being safeguarded from the foreign dumping of any kind of goods, either it's from any part of the neighboring countries or any other countries. So a lot of initiatives are being taken. Secondly to that, facilities, they have a technology center in Bangalore where they do research and development funding. Projects are being executed in that IMTMA. And then industry and institute collaboration or industry collaboration to make sure there are new technologies and new products can be developed. So there has been cohorts being formed in different cities to make sure that there is a new product development. So if some industry has something and another industry A has X and industry B has Y, then so they become a bridge in terms of making sure that how they can collaborate and try and build something new for the country. Supporting R&D and product development, I already mentioned about it. AMTDC is like Advanced Manufacturing Technology Development Center, which IMTMA is heading, which is focusing on, earlier it was Industry 4.0, or you can say IoT, Industry Internet of Things, automation, mechatronics, motion control and robotics. There's been one more pillar which has been added, which is artificial intelligence, AI. And there has been a specific focus on MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises, and for incubating new technologies to make sure that India reaches to the next height. On top of it, the same center, machine tool and testing facility for testing of equipments. There have been large clients which have been utilizing this facility from Volvo, Siemens, ACE. Indian defense industry also takes help from them, plus TVS, Bosch, and and now also when it comes to electronics industry also would be getting benefit out of this. So there are certain equipments which are used for EMC testing, thermal analysis, residual stress analysis, metrology, which they have equipment in-house for making sure that there is a testing facility available for the Indian machine tool manufacturers. On top of it, there is also publication, economic and industry research, which there is a small body within IMTMA which they are conducting to make sure the industry data, which includes the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, all the association members' data, what has been their production capacity, what has been the production, what has been the production output, what has been export, what has been import. Plus, on top of it, there's a lot of emphasis on export initiatives. There is also a measure which they are doing in terms of what is getting imported in the country, and to make sure that there is a proper government advocacy done by IMTMA. So one of the classic, I just like to state it, like there has been an anti-dumping duty on the Chinese goods for laser systems for cutting, marking, and welding. IMTMA has played a pivotal role in terms of as an association. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks, Maulik. Just to give you a cryptic view of what association does, and along with their associate partners like AMTDC and AMTTF, explained to you by Maulik. Now I would request Mr. Mihir Bhai to take us through on little more deeper analysis of the data in terms of the global machine tool market and where India stands in terms of production and consumption. So over to you, Mihir Bhai.
Thank you very much. And I would like to go through the global machine tool consumption data and the production data, which so if you look at the size of the machine tool industry worldwide, the global consumption is almost $83 billion, and which is growing at the rate of 4%. And within India, it has already touched $4.6 billion, and the growth is 12%. In fact, the growth is likely to go further up in India, because one of the major reasons is Make in India activities, and also in the same time in the production of machine tools globally is about $86.11 billion with a growth of 3%. But in India, the production is 1.8 billion, and which is growing at 4%. So we have, in Indian machine tool builders, have a lot of room to grow here, because today we are almost importing 65% of our demand from other than India. And this is where the main target for Indian machine tool industries, and where IMTMA is always trying to educate the machine tool builders in India to grow their production, increase their R&D, to introduce more and more new technologies. So if you look at the top 15 global machine tool consumers country, number 1 of course is China, number 2 is USA, number 3 is Germany, and now number 4 is India. It was at number 7 and today it has come to number 4. And we are very sure that we will cross Germany within next 3 to 4 years. The target date, I think IMTMA has also announced, is 2030. Yes. So if you look at the Indian global rank, in the production, we are at 9th. In consumption, we are at 4. So now we are supposed to grow in production, producing more and more Indian manufactured machines. And for that, almost all Indian machine tool manufacturers are increasing their capacities. And of course, there are some foreign brands which are also putting up their manufacturing plant in India. How far they will go for complete production is still to be known, but at the moment, at least they will start assembling 30-40% part of their machines in India. That's what their idea is, and that is what government is also pressurizing. So, catalyzing the growth of Indian manufacturing industry, we will go further on this. From 2019-20 till now, I think our consumption has gone from 15,000 to 36,000 crores. Only during 2021, because of the pandemic, the production level went down, but actually after that it is continuously growing, and the data also shows that it is growing more than 12% in fact. But a machine tool consumption and machine tool is a commodity which is always not going always up. It may be slightly like a sinusoidal wave. It may go down a little bit and then again start going up. It depends upon geopolitical reasons and currency fluctuations and a lot of things. But Finally, in India, it is growing. So if you look at the sector-wise machine tool consumption is, of course, the highest is 50% is automotive and auto components. Then we have general engineering of 19%, energy segments is 11%, die and mold is 9%. This sector is also now has to grow because today a lot of molds and dies are being imported from China. And now more and more people have started making those in-house in India. So it is 9%, I'm sure it will touch 15% in very short time. At the same time, the construction of farm equipment is also going because infrastructure projects are going in India and we need a lot of equipments. And the other sector which is 5%, where I would say the aerospace and defense, which is now really growing very fast. And the demand of machine tools in aerospace and defense is increasing more than 25%. Unfortunately, there are very few companies in India making this type of machines. So we are still dependent on the imports. And the new entrance is in this growth driver is, of course, Japan, Korea, Taiwan and other foreign machine tool builders, which they not only supply machine tools but also supplies the sub-assemblies and the components for machine tools. But now more and more companies in India, Indian machine tool builders have started developing their own sub-assemblies, so not depending on the imports. Government has definitely given a lot of initiatives boosting the local manufacturing, is make in India, where they give a special privilege. If the Indian machine tool builder starts developing in India, they give a lot of subsidies, a lot of PLI schemes, and that is definitely helping us. And sector development opportunities, investment in EV, EMS. EMS is another branch which is developing very fast in India because the mobile manufacturing and electronic gadgets manufacturing have started coming in India, including all top brands. Apple have started manufacturing a big way in India. Samsung is there. Almost all mobile manufacturers and electronic gadget manufacturers have started manufacturing in India because of the government PLI scheme. And now the good thing is even for semiconductor manufacturing is now coming up in India. And Gujarat is one of the prime locations today for semiconductors. So once that semiconductors are available in India easily, this sector is also going to grow at a very high, rapid rate. And this sector also requires high precision machines, and which most of the Indian machine tool builders have started developing, and they have started in fact supplying also, including our own company is also involved into that. So if you look at the consumption to reach by 31, we will be crossing 61,000 crore, and which is almost more than double now from today's. So it is definitely a big growth in machine tool sector. And if the machine tool sector is growing, because entire industry is also growing, because machine tool is a mother machines. So you need anything to manufacture, you need machine tools, either directly or indirectly.
Thanks, Mihirji. From that, I will take on the exhibitions that we do. I mean, of course, the slide that you're seeing here is IMTEX, but the purpose of this press conference is, of course, we will come back for IMTEX press conference also very soon. But the purpose of this IMTEX, just to just take it. IMTEX, as Maulik also mentioned to you, that IMTEX has been in the market since 1969, and we started way back in 1969 as a predominantly a metal cutting show. It used to happen once in 3 years. Then it came to once in 2 years by 95 onwards. And in way back in 2007-8, the industry felt that metal forming is also an equal importance area, and there was a growth. As Maulik clearly explained to you what a metal cutting and metal forming is, there was a need for a separate platform and a forum for also forming sector, metal forming sector. And IMTEX actually branched out from a predominantly a metal cutting show into metal forming show since 2008. And we have been very proud to host metal forming, and that's going by leaps and bounds in terms of the scalability of the show itself. But I will dwell on those things when I come back to Ahmedabad for a separate press conference on that. Just to give you a perspective that these two are predominantly flagship shows that IMTMA does. One is on metal cutting, traditionally from 1969, which IMTEX is known for, and also IMTEX forming from 2008 onwards. Okay, the reason for us in this room is also the upcoming Pune Machine Tool Show that we started way back in 2015. IMTMA, with all the activities that Maulik explained to you, that we do training, we do conferences, we do summits. So one of the important areas for us is also trade fairs. And the regional trade fairs is something that we all felt that the Western region also requires a dedicated show, and that's how we started the Pune Machine Tool Show way back in 2016 onwards. And now Pune Machine Tool Show, barring the COVID years that we couldn't do any shows, Pune Machine Tool Show coming up in 7th to 10th of September is going to be the 4th edition of Pune Machine Tool Show. And I'll dwell on few slides what the show is all about.
I would say that, perceived value of India, I think thanks to the present government, Narendra Modi, I think he's changing the perceived value. It's like this product is made in India, but it's actually an American company, right? Or a Samsung or Apple or anyone. It's a perceived value. If today there is an Indian machine tool builder or a phone or a product manufacturer, the perceived value is directly 90% lower.
But are we making or we are just installing it?
Or we are talking about manufacturing?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes. All of these have been
A to Z,
manufactured.
everything.
I think there is a wrong perception in the.
So you mean to say we have failed?
No, we have
We have
not
not
failed.
failed.
We have failed in marketing that.
No. So there has been almost close to 500 odd manufacturers, hardcore machine tool manufacturers of India. Probably there will be thousands, small, medium, and out of that 500 had been registered. So if you talk about, these are organized market, organized machine tool manufacturers. There would be a lot of unorganized machine tool manufacturers as well, small, medium, lot of
And if you take the example of Surendranagar,
yeah.
there are more than 100 machine tool builders.
So
They are very small.
At present, total industries organization or organizer is 30%, yeah, 50%. Total size of
Organized
industries.
sector, maybe 30%.
30%.
70% is unorganized.
Unorganized.
But they are small scale industries. So even IMTMA is also educating those guys to become a member and try to get more and more advantage of the association activities.
Your role is there.
So if you go to Ludhiana, for example, I mean,
Yeah,
just to
another-
give an example of the Surendranagar is again a classic example. If you look at Ludhiana, there are many press brake manufacturers, press manufacturers, lathe manufacturers who are predominantly not under the fold of IMTMA still, because if they have to become a member, they have to be little more in terms of their capacity, in terms of their the turnovers and things like that. We want the companies to come as members in a more organized manner rather than the so our job is also equally challenging to make the sector more and more organized ones in days to come.
But then only if you take them under your umbrella, they'll be in a better position to, manifest
That's
their
what
own.
it is why they are educating every now and then. They are creating a lot of production summit in different, like few months before we had a production summit in Gujarat.
In Gujarat, yeah. we had the National Productivity Summit in Ahmedabad, wherein we were close to 300 companies who, in and around Gujarat, which was there, and it was a brilliant forum for them to know about the innovations and emerging technologies and how can we be more productive. That was the whole objective of the whole seminar. And we have been doing this rotating all over the place. So IMTMA does not only these exhibitions, but a lot of educational background initiatives are being taken. And it is all at the behest of the membership drive also that we do. Yeah.
So just to add to that, IMTMA when they did Productivity Summit, उन्होंने जितने भी अहमदाबाद की गुजरात की जो कंपनियां थी वहाँ पर काफ़ी लोगों को ऑलमोस्ट 300 डेलीगेशंस को एक फैक्ट्री टूर कराया था. सो बॉश में विजिट किया था, SLTL ग्रुप में विजिट किया था, ज्योति में विजिट किया था, हर्षा में विजिट किया था, फेरामेटिक मिलाक्रॉन में विजिट किया था. सो दिस आर ऑल डिफरेंट मशीन टूल कंपनीज.
Thank you all.
Very good morning and good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Guru Prasad, I represent the Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association from the Trade Fairs Department. The reason why we are here in Ahmedabad is also for the press conference of our very leading trade fair which is coming up in Pune, which is called Pune Machine Tool Exhibition, happening from September 7th to 10th at the Pune International Exhibition Center in Moshi. One of the main reasons for this exhibition, this is the 4th edition of the Pune Machine Tool Show, which is organized by IMTMA, Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, wherein we will get close to 200 companies who will be displaying the state-of-the-art technology on machine tool, on CNC manufacturing, metalworking, metal forming, Industry 4.0, automation, artificial intelligence, anything that you can see for a machine tool manufacturer that can go into the manufacturing of automobiles or aerospace or defense, they will all be exhibiting at this show. And the show is from September 7 to 10. From 10 to 6, the show timings will be open. And we expect that close to 18,000 visitors who will be visiting this exhibition, from predominantly coming from Maharashtra, Karnataka, Gujarat, and also from all across India. We expect that close to from Gujarat alone, we will be getting more than 500 business companies who will be visiting this show. And in this exhibition, there are also 25 companies from Gujarat who will be also exhibiting at the show. So I urge each one of you to take advantage of this exhibition happening in Pune from September 7 to 10 and come in large numbers and please nominate your R&D professionals, technicians, and anybody who is interested to know about the machine tool business. They should come and visit the show in Pune, and at IMTMA we will be more than happy to welcome you all. So thank you ever so much.
Hello, I am Maulik Patel from SLTL Group, Sajan and Laser Technology Limited. I am Executive Director at SLTL Group. We manufacture laser systems used for marking, cutting, welding, micromachining, solar cell scribing, hardening, cladding. All of these are different applications of lasers. The industries which we cater to are automotive, white goods, general engineering, aerospace, defense, as well as semiconductor and EMS.
So you are going to display your machinery at the expo?
Yeah, we will be displaying. So we mostly would be displaying laser systems for sheet metal cutting and laser marking, as well as laser welding machines.
How has been the year?
So overall, this year has been kind. I won't say the aspirations are quite high, but cannot complain.
Okay, what are the challenges ahead?
Challenges ahead is the geopolitical scenario, which is right now unstable. So there will be definitely certain challenges, but I think as an entrepreneur, we always have that winning spirit. So we'll try and find some ways out. Quite innovative in nature. That's our pedigree and that's our bloodline, I would say. Almost 10% of our revenue is spending on research and development. We had been focusing on indigenizing a lot of things. So we have indigenized a lot of controllers, softwares, a lot of things on the motion control side, vision system. We also have laser, which is an epicenter of our equipment, photonics, I would say specifically. So we have been constantly developing a lot of products which are not available in our country. And I would say they were being import substitute. So we had been creating a lot of import substitute for the country. On top of it, we have developed lasers which are used for defense as well as general commercial engineering purpose, which are used for any kind of cutting, marking. Also, when it comes to specific to defense, there are certain lasers which have been used for hard kill, kind of an anti-drone hard kill operations. That we had been developing.
You are the market leader in that.
When it comes to India, yes, we are one of the market leader for laser and laser systems.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
So I am Mihir Bakshi. I am President Global Sales from Jyoti CNC Automation Limited. At Jyoti, we are manufacturers of CNC machine tools, metal cutting machines, ranging from small turning machines to large turning machines, turn wheel centers, multitasking machines, and full 5-axis machines. We have our own subsidiary at France called Euron Grafenstader, where we have an expertise of giving high precision full 5-axis machines, which are used mainly for aerospace and die mold industries and many other industries. A lot of conducting a lot of regional shows as well as the main shows, which is IMTX in Bangalore, which is Southeast Asia's largest machine tool show. And at the same time, they have been conducting shows like PMTX and in Pune, means in the western sector. Then they have one in northern sector and all. And this is really helping all the machine tool industries and the consumers of machine
So
tool industries.
what are we producing in India? Which type of machine
See,
tools?
Indian machine tool builders has, if you consider metal cutting machines, then we have Indian machine tool builders also manufacture CNC turning centers, CNC milling and machining centers, horizontal machining centers, double column machines, and also 5-axis machines. In metal forming sector, laser cutting machines, plasma cutting machines, water jet cutting machines, press brakes, guillotine shearing machines, and presses. So we have complete product range on that. And we have been also, there are manufacturers who have started developing 3D printing machines also.
That is the latest.
Yeah, that latest.
And how many manufacturers we have these producers?
See, registered manufacturers are about 550, but there are more than 1,200 machine tool builders which are from small scale sector. And IMTMA is always trying to educate these small scale sectors also to become an organized sector and increase their technology and increase their production.
Thank you.